Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying for Beginners with Jim Misiura. Today we're going to tie a floss body soft hackle. The hook that I have in the vise is a Hemingway's. This is a size 12. It is an H118. It is a curved hook for either dry fly or nymph. Has a straight eye, nice curve on there. We're going to start out with putting floss on there, and the floss that I'm using is acetate floss, Danville's, and this comes in a single strand. We're going to start it just like we would with your regular thread, except the floss you have to be careful because it can come apart very easy. See that little bit of tension or loss of tension makes it unravel. We're going to apply this on with the floss flat. I'm going to trim that off, and I left a little bit of a tab there because if you cut it too close, your floss is just going to come right off. So there we have that. I'm going to stop there just about where it would hang at the point of the hook. Now I'm going to twist my floss, going to wind that clockwise, just spin it clockwise, and this is tightening the floss up. Going to get a nice tight wrap on it, and then we're going to bring this forward, and you can see, let me come in on that a little bit, and it kind of gives you that serendipity or a rope-like body with those ribs. And if you didn't twist it enough, just go ahead and twist it one more time clockwise, and we're going to bring that up about 3/4 of the way. And when I let go of my bobbin, I make sure that it's long enough that it is resting on the table, just slightly, so it doesn't untwist on you. Now I'm going to take my regular thread. This is 12/0 Vivus, and it is a dark brown. We're just going to attach the thread and bring that up. Go ahead and break off that excess, and then we're going to secure our body. Just 3 or 4 wraps, 5, 6, not a whole lot. Will be sufficient. And I can see I got a couple strands. You can see there's a couple of strands of loose floss. Just give it a quick shot with a lighter, and that'll take care of it. Just watch you don't burn the thread. And I'm going to secure that. I'm coming back just slightly so I can get to that 3/4 point of the body. Now we're going to add our thorax, and for the thorax I like to use something that has rabbit hair dubbing or opossum dubbing, something that something that will pick out very easily. You can even use a crystal dub, give a little bit of an effect of having air bubbles. Going to use a light brown opossum here. And way too much pulled out of there. You can see all those guard hairs in there. going to go ahead and wrap this. Even coming back there, just another wrap. Because we want to have enough room for our feather and the head. Now you can go ahead and take your dubbing teaser. A piece of Velcro works good. I'm using a gun cleaning brush. Just kind of make that a little bit scraggly. Makes it a little buggy looking. If it gets a little bit much, just go ahead and pick it off. Now we're taking a partridge feather, and I pulled the fluff off it, pulled most of the fluff off it, and we're going to tie this in by the tip. So what I'm going to do is take a pair of hackle pliers, and I'm going to grab the tip and then run your fingers from the hackle pliers back, and nice, perfect. You got a nice amount to secure. I'm going to go ahead and tie this in. I can stand that up and trim that off very nicely. Take my hackle pliers again. Pull all of the feather to the one side, and we could go ahead and wrap this. You can stroke that towards the rear as you're going. Get one wrap nice and tightly in front of the previous. And as I said, you can stroke that to the rear as you're going. And we're going to get one final wrap from this. And we're going to secure that. I think that slipped just a little bit. That's okay though. That's secured nice and tight. I'm going to take my poke and snip and get rid of that stem. I'm going to hold everything back, and when you pull to hold everything back, try not to pull it all to the top because you'll end up with everything on top. Just kind of just go directly back on it. I'm going to start wrapping the head. Then I'm going to come back on the hackle feather a little bit. The head should be the size. The head of your fly should always be the size of the eye. Make a nice taper there. Take our hackle pliers. We'll trim that off and put a little bit of head cement on there. Now, with this floss, you can easily take a marker and change the color of the body because that floss will suck that in really nice. I'm going to leave it that yellow. Get that head cement on there. Clean the brush off pretty well. And if you happen to get it on the eye like I just did, and I did that on purpose, And purpose being that I want to show you how to clean the eye out. Take just a feather that's laying around, and in this case I have a flank feather, and put that through the eye of the hook. May not go all the way because it might be a little thick, but you can see how it would clean that eye out. I'll go ahead and do that once again. I like to cut that at an angle, helps me get it in there. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. There we go. And you pull that right through, and you're pulling all the excess head cement with it. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please visit my sponsors. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. Please refer me to your friends. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.